Hello and welcome back to our second round of the big old multiplayer game. Last time, basically, we just ran away with some of our air wings, and I don't anticipate a huge need to do a ton of missions this time. Um, but I do think there's a couple more areas we want to pull a little bit further back. Um, just in case. Let's see if we can get out of there. Very good. Let's see who else we got. I don't think that one's in danger this turn. Yeah, it should be okay. Unless he makes a beeline for it. I mean, it is right on the double rail, so strategically it's valuable. And it is bombers. So let's just for safety's sake, we'll pull it back to Bryansk. Just in case. Definitely seems like at the air group level, we might have lost a little bit more in the way of planes this time compared to the AI. Um, but he also lost more planes. All right. Where's some other dangerous places that we don't want to be anymore? Got these lag 3s here, which I'd personally like to pull back to Viniesta because this area is gonna fall pretty fast. So let's. Ooh. Let's see if we can get them the hell out of here. Not enough room there. Go further back. Okay, that's good. Bring in some of that. Just trying to get our boys off the front line into safer locations. I think these yak ones here would be a good air superiority kind of type because my concept is to throw up a bit of a wall along this river line here. So we want a little bit of air superiority over it. We'll we'll fly a few missions. I don't know what we have for fighters up here. Not a ton. Looking for a fighter group. Don't have any. We do have some lag 3s here. Those are probably in range of the front. Okay, so what we want to be able to do is to have 2 separate air superiority areas. One that's essentially over Tarnopol. And so we're going to center this one on Tarnopol. And I'm just going to set it up and then I'll edit it just so I don't forget. And then the second one, we're going to put a little bit further north on just trying to see the direction that his troops are thinking of going. Looks like he's mainly focused on getting that pocket. So yeah, maybe we can get away with just one little air superiority mission. We know that the weather is good, and we can extend out because I really wanted to just cover that. Where are these guys coming from? Yeah, not too bad. Normal priority, fly day missions only. And we're going to want 8 aircraft up every time. So we've got a lot of guys who are out of range of this. We just want him flying that. That's the fun part, learning how a human's going to play. Because so far the AI really hasn't, played the air war at all. Which is kind of disappointing in my main campaign that I didn't really get to test anything out so far. I mean, I assume that's going to come later. Maybe they'll reactivate their air campaign when they get closer to the big objectives. Or when I start putting up more resistance. They might start using some ground support. Okay, so let's think about... Turn this off for a second. What do we have for bombers over here? These guys are all pretty close. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to run some sort of desperate raid. Just a sneaky little one. Because I have pretty good intel of him here. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking I could sneak those guys in. Let's see if I can do that. Trying to figure out where the airbase is. Let's try that. We're just going to do one strike, though. But we'll hit it with a lot of planes. I mean, we're not going to have any escorts, but we'll do 25 planes in this strike. That's all we'll risk. And then next turn we'll figure out some more air doctrine stuff, probably. I'm actually going to pause this one. Just can't really afford to lose that many planes. Alright, so are there any other missions I want to fly? Thank you. Probably want to fly at least one to slow them down up here. Maybe we'll do some interdiction on the clear hexes in this area. Do a little air superiority mission here. What about down here? Oh, I never really fixed up any of these, did I? Oops. Because I unselected them? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Alright. Transfer planned. Cool. Alright, so let's see if I can't find a little something to do some air superiority with now. Got 14 MiGs. Don't think that's going to get it done. What about you guys? Got a little bit more stuff. Do a little something something air superiority. Just to get them some experience more than anything in flying. Why can he not fly? It's too far? Must be too far. Put them on rest. And my plan is to kind of rotate the Black Sea Air Fleet with the Southern Air Commands and the Kharkov Air Commands. We'll rotate in and out with the Southwestern. It's like every few turns we'll rotate some planes in. All right, well, let's fire this off and see what results we get. I probably missed something, but it is what it is. And next time we will be doing the ground turn. That will probably be on Saturday, I would say, when I'll film it. And since I don't edit these videos, they go right out. So Saturday I'll film, Saturday I'll release. And hopefully the war can eventually be turned around. But even if this campaign turns into a total disaster, I get wiped out in like 12 turns, that's fine. I have low expectations going into this. So I'm completely accepting of any sort of losses. Come on, shoot down one plane, please. Nope. I think that entire attack got wiped out. I think they all got shot down. Let's see. Yeah, 18 of 25 got shot down. Jesus Christ. Good God. Oh, well. It was bloody, but at least we threatened them. So the overall situation is that we have to do a lot of work in the Minsk pocket, just to try to increase the amount of attrition caused by the pocket. Get into places where it's a pain in the ass to kill them. Just overall try to hold them off. And then our biggest reorganization compared to our AI campaign is we didn't have this many guys here in the north. So we're going to have a lot of work having to reorganize them. Not complaining, because I'd rather have men that are living, but it does make it a little complicated with this panzer group coming up here, threatening to just completely encircle them. But we'll figure something out, I'm sure. And then in the south, we have a desperate situation with this pocket, a little bit more desperate than in our AI campaign. But the bright side is that we won't have to worry about it for very long because it'll die faster. Versus in our campaign, this pocket's really kind of still alive to a small extent. We've lost 3 divisions out of that pocket so far, I believe. Somewhere around there, and probably 75,000 men total. But it still has remnants that are still fighting. And that's we're now on week 6, so I don't think it's going to last that long down here. The Lvov area is going to be just completely wiped very quickly. But it remains to be seen exactly how he'll use his panzers here. I have a feeling he's going to push his panzers maybe a little bit further north than the AI does, and commit potentially 2 panzer groups to a Smolensk encirclement early on. And so then we'll be fighting a more desperate fight to defend the Rezev, Tula, Orel line. So that this 3-city line here, I think that is where we're going to have to make our stand. And that's a lot harder for me to defend because of the crappier rail lines. Back here, we only have level 1 rail that goes up and down. Further up here, we've got level 2 rail going right into Smolensk and even past Smolensk. So the amount of supplies that we can bring into this region is actually pretty significant. What I'm not going to do this time is foolishly put 1 block per tile and a bunch of reserves, thinking that the reserves will get committed. I now know that the reserves never get committed. Even, you have 3 chances at best to pass your rolls to get reserves committed. And when you have generals that have like a 10% chance of passing the roll, because of all their penalties and debuffs early on, just from the disorganization and the overstacking penalties and stuff like that. All of that stuff combined means that it's actually better to double stack or triple stack a single hex rather than rely on reserves getting committed. And so that's definitely one of the big learning points from the campaign. One of my other concerns is that, and I constantly talk about this when playing against the AI, but I tend to leave these gaps that the AI has not exploited in my AI campaign. But I'm always shocked by the fact that it doesn't. And I really have to get better about finding a way to plug gaps in a better way, or leaving false gaps. Be a little bit more strategic about the gaps. Gap it into something rather than just leaving a big hole with nothing behind it. And, just being more active early in the game now that I kind of understand the reserves better, and I can be a little bit more aggressive about rotating the reserves into combat. And hopefully that'll help. But there's definitely going to be a big difference between playing a human and playing the computer, because it's just a totally different game when someone has a plan versus somebody is following a program. All right, well, we'll see you back tomorrow in our main campaign, and we'll rejoin this campaign on Saturday. Until then, hopefully you have a good weekend if you don't watch any more of these videos. And until next time, where the defense of the Rodina will continue, we'll look to see you back on the Western Front of the Great Patriotic War.